and welcome to my channel. For those of you new, my name is Dave and I work in financial services, and these videos are a mixing journey towards financial freedom. They will cover financial products and financial well-being so you, like me, can reach your goals sometime in the future. Now let's get into this latest video. In a recent Poland survey conducted by Aviva, the insurance company, as part of a Working Life report in 2023, which they called Fit for Future, they found that those close to retirement are less confident than the younger workforce about their workplace future finances. A quarter to 26% of over 45-year-olds said they were not confident in their retirement planning, compared to 1 in 5, 20% of those aged 16 to 44. Now that is maybe a small, shall we say, survey against a select group of people. Well, personally, I find those statistics quite shocking, especially against a recent cost of living crisis. So I'll go through the findings and the survey in a minute, but at the end I want to give you 10 key steps to hopefully improve your retirement in future. Now this data shows that although the vast majority of people are paying some kind of pension provision, let's just say through the introduction of auto-enrolment, which has brought millions of workers into the UK pension contributions, most people are paying a bare minimum of 8% as per the government requirements. It shows that contribution levels are way below the required amount, and many experts believe it should be increased on a gradual basis. What were the major findings of the report? Well, 10% of all employees, so let's just say around 2.85 million people, have no idea when they will be able to retire in a comfortable position or not. 22% are not confident of having a secure financial retirement at all, and 72% stated that the cost of living crisis had made them more anxious and worried about their current situation, but also about their future financial situation. And 79% stated they would want more support from their employer about how to plan for a comfortable retirement. They also found that 22%, or 1 in 5 people surveyed, are not confident in towards their own planning towards a secure future, which equates to around about 6.3 million people within the UK. Now most people say 39% said their pensions will only fund an adequate level of income to where they can just about manage to get by. 20% stated that their pension would not be enough to retire comfortably, and 10% said they've got no idea about their future potential or needs whatsoever. So they've got no idea what sort of income they may need at a later date. One major point is most of the people closer to retirement age are more likely than younger people to have no idea of what they need a decent retirement future, with 40% of those over 45 don't know how they'll be able to afford retirement in the future, compared to 10% of those between 16 and 45, which again equates to around 1.7 million people who may face an uncertain future in future. Now, I'm not trying to scaremonger or frighten people, but through my day-to-day employment where I speak to people about accessing pensions, there are a lot of people burying their heads in the sands, kicking the can down the road with regard to the idea of retirement, or because they see it as, let's say, an affordable option for most people based upon the present scenarios. A fund may be losing money, shall we say, or they've not seen the bigger picture. Now, younger employees are most positive of all the age groups in the survey about their future plans, and the figure decreased unfortunately as people get older. And as stated about the cost of living crisis, shall we say, 78% of women were anxious about the future, compared to 68% of the men. Now remember, if you like the videos, smash the like button, subscribe to this channel. Now let's carry on with the rest of the video. Now, the world of pensions can be, shall we say, daunting and confusing to most people. Thanks to the introduction of pension freedom in 2015, it has completely changed the goalposts in how we access our defined contribution pension in future from the age of 55. But it has created greater confusion as it was before. As before, it was relatively simple. You bought some kind of annuity. Now you can control the pot on your own terms and conditions, let's just say through drawdown or a number of lump sums or of plus. But the vast majority of people don't know how these products work. They don't know where to find the information about these products, or whether you want to, shall we say, consolidate your pensions together to simplify them, or buy an annuity or access by a drawdown. You make sure that you should have adequate pension provision so that it can fund your retirement in many futures, as let's just say most people are living towards the 80s. So a pension may be in place, let's just say 15, 20, 25 years. One common theme, shall we say, in the recent survey was people would like more support from their employer. So it found out that 79% would like more support from the employer about how to do some kind of pension planning. And of those, 41% would like to know greater information about how to invest and build up a bigger pension pot. And 45% would like to know how to make their pot last through retirement. Now, there are some good things in place, like a free pension-wise appointments. There's the moneyhelper.org.uk website. There's Pension Awareness Week, which is taking place normally each September, whereby it offers free tips, help, webinars about the steps you take should get involved in your pensions. Most people, shall we say, just see a headline figure, but they don't know where their pension invested, they don't know how it's performing, they just see an annual statement. But the vast majority, shall we say, of players in the pension market are calling for the government to support savers, to provide some kind of financial assistance, whether that be simplified, depending upon an individual's specific needs or circumstances. And they've also asked for the removal, let's just say, of red tape and barriers to allow the choice of advice to be more productive, shall we say, on a personal or guidance level, down to the certain individual. Now, finally, I'm going to show, shall we say, 10 top tips to give you a better retirement in future. Okay. First of all, start early. So the earlier you start, the better your pot will be. It may well be you build a pot over, let's say, 20, 30, 40 years, but learn about the power of compounding. Okay. So start early. Number 2, increase your contributions. At the moment, we pay 8% for auto enrolment. So an individual pays 4%. The government adds tax for 1%, and employer pays 3%. But it's believed we should be paying between 12 and 15%. Think of it as free money from your employer, and it may be beneficial, especially for tax purposes, if it's done through some kind of salary sacrifice. Okay, you can't get the money to 55 or 57 in 2028, but it's tax efficient on the way in, obviously taxable on the way out. But think of it as free money from a sponsoring employer. Number 3, take advantage of tax relief. For the average person, if you put £8 in a pension scheme, the government will top it up by 25%, so they will give you £2 for each £8 you put in, as a simple example. Or let's just say you put £100 in, the government will normally top up tax relief £25 the following month. Okay. Number 4, what about your final pot size? Look at your illustration and calculate on your provider's website. Okay. Use the tools available. Okay. What may your pot be worth, let's just say at 55, 60, 65? Use the calculators. Okay. And they reckon you need a pot size equivalent to 10 times your annual salary. Number 5, know where you're investing. Most people are putting some kind of default fund, okay, but you don't know where your own money may be invested. You may just see a headline figure. You can pick your own investments, okay. Just depends upon your attitude to risk and what sort of funds or products they offer you. But there's a great saying, no one should care more about your money than you. Number 6, unfortunately, your providers are going to charge you fees. They're going to charge you annual charges. Now, most workplace schemes, shall we say, on a reduced basis. Most workplace schemes are nice and simply, they're capped at 0.75%. But if you're using a financial advisor, okay, are you being charged excessive fees? Have you got a small pot being eaten away by fees and charges? So those fees will add up every year, especially if it's in place for a long time. So monitor your fees, your charges. Number 7, review your pension on an annual basis. Are your pots making money? Are they losing money? Are they ideally increasing value year on year? Now, don't look at them every day or every week. You'll just drive yourself mad. But they should be growing in value. They should be considered as long term. Now, you have good years, you will have bad years. But the idea is stay consistent. Okay, avoid short-term market noise or short-term market sentiment. Your pension should be seen as a long-term plan. Okay, for most people, it's the second biggest asset outside of the main residence. Number 8, think of life expectancy. Now, as I said, people may be living to the mid-80s, so if you do access your pot in your mid-60s, your pot may last you, let's just say, 15, 20, 25 years. Okay. Number 9, look at the tools can help you. There's a great survey done recently by the PLSA, the Retirement Living Standard Survey. I'll put links in the summary documents, so I say, but it gives people an idea. If you've got an income of X, Y, and Z, this is a sort of luxuries of lifestyle you can attain depending on what income you receive. So use it as a starting point. Okay, look at the illustrations. What sort of income is your pot going to give you at a later date? And number 10, finally, have you got all your pensions in order? Do you know where your pensions are? Have you got any missing pensions? There's a great organisation on the government website, gov.uk, called the Pension Tracing Service. Okay, so use the links on government website if you think you've got any missing pensions. Now remember, you can build up a sizable pension pot. You can build up added provision if you take steps, you take action, and you create some kind of plan instead of bumbling along in inertia and avoiding the situation. Okay, it may be confusing, it may be daunting, but the tools are there to help people. Make a decision today to secure your future. It may be the best decision you ever make. Remember, if you like the videos, smash the like button and we'll see you again soon.